And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Certainly. Let's delve into the meaning and implications of this passage from the New Testament. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse is found in Romans 8:28, a well-known and frequently quoted scripture, particularly for offering reassurance and hope. An understanding of this passage requires a bit of context about the book of Romans and the Apostle Paul's intentions when he wrote it. Romans is one of the epistles or letters written by Paul, and it primarily addresses themes of salvation, grace, and the righteousness that comes from faith in Jesus Christ. Now, breaking down this particular verse, we begin with, "and we know." This phrase indicates a sense of certainty and assurance. Here, Paul is emphasizing that this is not just a belief or a wishful thought, but a conviction. Believers have a firm understanding and confidence that what he is about to declare is a reliable truth. Following this, that in all things, God works for the good. The expression "all things" suggests inclusivity without exception. Paul's statement encompasses every experience, circumstance, or event in life, whether viewed as positive or negative. This concept might challenge some because it indicates that even the hardships, failures, and painful moments can ultimately serve a greater purpose. It's important to note here that Paul is not saying all things are inherently good, but rather that God is actively working within those things to bring about good outcomes. When considering works for the good, this is a profound testament to God's sovereignty and his benevolent character. The term good here is not limited to human definitions of comfort or success, but God's ultimate good, which aligns with his will and purpose. For believers, this means their lives are under God's care, and his ultimate plan for them is rooted in goodness, even if it's not immediately apparent. The next significant part of the verse is, "of those who love him." This phrase delineates the group of people this promise pertains to, namely, those who have a relationship with God through love. Loving God suggests a reciprocal, personal connection, a relationship sustained by faith, trust, and devotion. In the Christian context, love for God manifests in obedience to his teachings and alignment with his will. Therefore, this assurance is specifically directed toward believers who are engaged in an ongoing relationship with God. The culmination of the verse is the segment, "who have been called according to his purpose." This introduces the notion of divine calling and purpose. The word "called" implies an invitation or a beckoning by God, which aligns with the Christian belief that God seeks out individuals for a specific purpose. This calling is not random or arbitrary, it is intentional and part of a larger divine blueprint. According to his purpose emphasizes that believers are part of God's grand design, which surpasses human understanding and is rooted in divine wisdom. Theologically, this verse captures the essence of Christian faith and providence, that God is actively engaged in the world and in the lives of individuals. It offers solace during trials, encouraging believers to maintain faith that God is orchestrating their lives for a greater good that suits his divine plan. It also acts as a reminder that earthly perceptions of good and bad may not align with God's eternal perspective. Moreover, this assurance challenges believers to trust in God's timing and methodology, understanding that the outcome of their circumstances might not align with their immediate desires or expectations. It calls for patience, humility, and continued love and faithfulness toward God. Romans 8:28 is often cited in times of suffering or uncertainty as a reminder that there is a deeper purpose to one's experiences. It encourages believers to look beyond the immediate and trust in God's overarching narrative. Ultimately, this verse anchors Christian hope in the belief that every facet of life, no matter how small or grand, is woven together by God for a glorious culmination according to his divine will. This perspective fosters resilience, hope, and faithfulness as believers navigate the complexities of life with the confidence that God is at work in all things for their good.